That's the only thing about like for especially for black film is that you don't want to once you're on a certain path you can't have the numbers show up less than what they're supposed to be. You don't get those breaks.
Nah. They instantly tell you, oh, no.
Yeah, like you know that Candyman, it was you was on a run, but now I don't know if you still got it.
Yeah. It didn't hit like it was supposed to.
Yeah.
We checked the numbers and
Yeah. Yeah. So
you're gonna have to hurry up and do another Us nigga. Right now.
The numbers is fucked.
what about that Get Out 2? I feel like there was more.
A Get Out 2 would be crazy.
Bro, white people love Get Out.
Man.
I'm trying to tell you.
My dumbass made the mistake of going to see it in one of the whitest places ever.
Bro, they love that
shit. Made me so I saw Django and Get Out.
Oh, yeah, you a wild boy.
Yeah, I was bugging. I don't know what I was thinking.
It was Machine Gun Kelly.
You was doing a thesis?
I don't know what I was trying to prove. I to this day, I don't know what was going on. I just really wanted to see both of them really bad, but maybe not at that cost. Like I feel like I paid a lot to see.
For sure.
Snoop told you. You gotta pay the cost.
Bro, I'm not doing that anymore, and I'm not doing anything that has to do with Tyler Perry at Hilltop Theater. Those two is no's for me.
No, see, and it's so fucked up because I love Tyler Perry. Like, but my introduction to Tyler Perry is like Thanksgiving or Christmas when all the aunties and grannies is around. They just love it,
bro. The call and response to the screen is something else, man.
The plays, like the plays are what did it for me. I was like, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
How you feeling, bub? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Man, G, you good? Let's do it.
I think so.
So Meet the Brave podcast. I am Monty Draper.
I am LG.
Lex B-U-B.
Back another week, fellas. What's going on? How are you? Our weekly check-ins have been doing good. Mental health
is solid. You know, I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
I'm all right. Don't really know what was going on in popular culture this week, so bear with me. But I am going to do the best I can.
Did anything of substance?
Was it a slow week?
Depending on who you ask.
I think everybody took the week off once they found out that 45 was going down.
After the debates? After the debates, niggas was like, okay, all bets are off.
Yeah, it was freedom.
Man, Bub, how you feeling?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Good.
Nah, the debates, I don't, maybe y'all don't, no, I feel like you occupy a similar space in terms of who you're around, like the demo. And
did you get popcorn?
For
the debate? Did you watch it like a playoff game? Because that's what I heard.
See,
I heard first was pulling up like it was a playoff game.
And so that's the part that I missed. Like I missed that we were all doing the debate together. Like it was a thing. So
no, I wasn't doing it that way. But I was saying that's what I heard folks was getting into.
Like, I didn't know that's how they were doing it.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the timeline. I'm like, oh, the timeline lit? And I'm like, wait, the debate. And I'm seeing niggas who I know don't give a fuck about politics. Like, hey, he don't even understand this policy. Like, fam, when did you learn about this policy? Like, this is confusing to me, but salute to everybody wanting to be informed. Like, I don't want to be the nigga that shit on everybody that went to go get the information.
No, I think this is the most informed everybody's been, I think, through quarantine. I think through quarantine, folks got their policies in order.
This and Tiger King is the most I've seen people just like on top of their shit. Like, so it's about right. It's right on
folks
par.
got priorities in check.
Oh, man.
They need to put policies on Netflix. I think it would be solid.
Would be solid. Because the amount of people that I've seen reach out about the social dilemma, that's impressive. Like,
I still haven't watched that.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah.
What?
No.
It's must see.
That shit get. At first you're like, oh, okay, but then it gets
some
like
deep
they just
shit.
hit the switch, and then you're like, oh.
So,
okay.
but
they get into like some Black Mirror type shit.
Basically, because like they really break it down, like what the fuck's going on and how people can get stuck in their own world, and how basically you can get lost in fake facts, but think it's true because the only thing that your algorithm is giving you is that.
So, that's exactly what I've heard, and a lot like the debate, I'm borderline annoyed with the like aha moment for both from both the Social Dilemma and the debate. I'm like, bro, where you been at? So then then it's like, okay, maybe I'm becoming the curmudgeon. Like I should still go watch both of those to see what's going on. But it's like I expected the debate to play out the way that it did. With both of those idiots up there.
I was about to say you didn't really miss nothing in the debate.
And the Social Dilemma, everybody's going, well, I didn't know. I'm like, fam.
I love that people watch the debate like it was like a soap opera though, because they watched it for like the nuances between the two.
Yeah.
So like they were hella into like the shut up, let me talk, or like the little like those little
The little petty shit.
Yeah, little
The
petty
little
shit back and
bars.
forth was really what that. I don't think they had to talk anything about actual information and for anybody else. So that's really what everybody was interested in.
Yeah.
But for the Social Dilemma thing though, do you think it's more so that nothing is really true until you could put it into screen form?
If so,
Like-
that makes like the slave films and all that shit. Like it makes it all make sense to where people needed to be put in a form of story or some sort of escapism for it to resonate. And if that's the case, let's go. Yeah, that's the case. Doesn't the value of art just go through the roof then? You know what I'm saying? Like I completely get, because we're America, like the way that art is depreciating in America is really sad, and you don't really feel the impacts of it until you travel and you go everywhere else in the world and they're like, oh my God, you rap, you sing, you paint, you do that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, well, it's like it's the one thing that's humanizing shit that just could elude you. And to the point of the Social Dilemma, like the way your algorithm is shaped based off the shit that you engage with, that you search, that you talk about, like it's the same thing. Like you can curate a world in which you don't have a fucking idea what's going on, like next door, because this is not your subculture of people to like interact with, you know. So
And then the other thing that I liked about the documentary was just all the programmers that were talking, like, you know, all the ones that walked away from Twitter or Google or whatever. They were like, the dude that invented the like button. He was like, I just thought it would be cool to have a like button. He said, I didn't know.
So innocent. So
yeah, and he was like, I didn't know it was gonna make people be addicted to likes. And he was like, when I brought it up, they were kind of like, nah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Just run it.
Yeah. See what happens.
Yeah.
And then here we are. Shit, man. If for nothing, that's what I'll watch it for, is the perspective of the people who created this shit. And because from what I've heard, because I still haven't seen it, is how they speak about their experiences. And because you got to think, like, social media, what we talking about, like 10 years now, maybe 15. Like
one dude was addicted to email.
Wow.
So, because he was like one of the first people on Google, and he was talking about how all day, all night, he'd be checking his email. And I was like, checking your email, that's sick. But at the same time, he'd been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
So he was like, I was noticing I was waking up in the middle of the night and just going to my email to check it on my computer.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Yeah, I think that was like that's for sure how it was when you had what was the BlackBerry chat one?
Oh, BBM?
BBM.
Yeah.
BBM had that initially, and then you went into like the Sidekick alerts. And I think when Sidekick had to like the buttons start light up and stuff like that, all those things was just like
Whatever that's triggering,
It was a learning process. So I think that they eventually got to just having it be on autopilot, but these were all just like testers to see like how the public will react to it.
And it's all condensed
Just
in one
all
thing.
into one
God,
thing, bro.
boy, I did not think about that. That's
Stick with
crazy.
it. They've been molding this for a long time, and they finally got it just on autopilot now. So now everything is just, you just insert it into the database.
And then the one programmer was talking about like, now you get alerts when this person goes live or this person hasn't posted nothing in a while. It's not about letting you know about the alert. They're trying to just pull you back into the phone.
Wow.
And he was like, it has nothing to do with that person. It just has to do with you haven't looked at your phone in a while. We're trying to collect as much data as possible on you. So we need to try to drag you back in.
Yeah.
And as soon as we can get you to open up whatever app or even open up your phone, we just got to try to get you to stay in there for at least 8 minutes.
Well, back to the debate. And like, let me be delicate.
Did they have any bottles facing the camera?
Ooh, that would have been dope.
Did they?
It was no Bel Air. Or... I know it wasn't Bel Air, but
you know, they would have had some like Paul Masson.
It's some but,
some brandy.
But that's my point, G. Is like we were being sold something. Something was being marketed or advertised during like then, right? And so whenever we speak of like social injustice and civil rights and everything, like it pains me the people who sometimes the people that are leading those conversations like not talking about like money. Like it's like what if can't really have a productive discussion without revenue, like talking about revenue and how that's going to be generated and how it's going to be dispersed and how it impacts education, our education system, and our ability to finesse policy within like the prison system and like law enforcement and everything. So it's like,
I just thought about it though. So since you're talking about money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the fear is more so? It's not that we don't care about these social injustices, but more so, we do care about where this money will get intercepted by. So
wait. I'm sorry.
So like, if we were to take money, like defund something that is already a part of our system, right?
Yeah.
Took it out of there, but then threw it at something else. Where is that money getting intercepted? Because it's not going to make it to that source.
Yeah.
So it's going to get intercepted by somebody. So that means they're giving away free money to unknown entity. You know what I mean? Because like people will start intercepting once you start funding just like the onslaught of different things, like different social topics, basically.
I had to real quick because we just dove right into it. To all our listenership, happy Monday. We're glad to be back. Everybody on YouTube, Stitcher, Simplecast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Did I miss anything? Nope. Okay. Castbox. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Salute to everybody. Continue to like, subscribe, share, comment. Follow the Meet the Brave podcast Instagram page, and salute to Lex Bub and Let's Bubble Productions for constantly kicking out dope content on our behalf. But back to L's point. I know a lot of impossible, like really fucked up things is happening during quarantine. I personally have gotten to work on some dope ass projects. So yesterday I go help Sal shoot a film, and it's the initiative is to drive voter engagement and to push the awareness up, voter awareness. But salute Ryan Nicole, Jennifer Johns. They're being really creative in how they drive that discussion. They're being mindful that, bro, don't just come tell me to vote. I need way more information. So they're going above and beyond to provide the information as to why it's important for us to vote. And I really fucked with that because I've been on the fence in terms of like, don't just roll out two shitty candidates for me and tell me I got to go vote for the sake of not having the greater evil in there. Like, that's confusing to me. So I need a little bit more information and a little bit more finesse to be 100% transparent on my ignorance in terms of like policy and everything.
Oh,
right?
Completely. I can tell you an even more ignorant version of that, but I'll let you go. So I'll tell you what I said the other day.
So that's why I want to be clear about that. It's two women, mind you, and they're hella talented, but they're going like, nah. So we understand your stance, Money, and we empathize with it. So this is what we're gonna do to meet you where you at, as opposed to talking over your head or talking down to you, for one, because then I'm checked out completely. And so yesterday they interviewed an excellent man. His father was one of the first black developers in Oakland. He then became a developer, and as a world-renowned musician. Beautiful home in the Oakland Hills, but more importantly was the information and how he was able to convey that. And so he's solely speaking from a developmental aspect. And so he proceeds to tell his story about the Acorn Apartments, G, and why they were built. And so I just assumed that niggas built some projects. And he's like, no, that's not how that went. There were 500 plus homes in that area of Oakland that were occupied by some of the black people who migrated from the South, from Chicago and from New York, and were entrepreneurs and were building homes and were the middle class. They then pushed them out to the Richmonds, and it was the equivalent of present day where people are being moved out to Antioch and all that shit right now. But we're talking about the 50s. So moved them out, built these apartments. Like now, how if you drive downtown Oakland, you see all the cranes in the sky building new high-rise apartments to attract more white people to that part of Oakland. The Acorn was built for that, and I'm just like, yo. So they tried it, didn't work, and then it eventually became in the 80s one of the more dangerous places in the world because of the influx of crack, guns, and all these other things. But it was like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me
one of the best hooping experiences I ever had? Man.
You mean to tell me 30 years later the exact same thing is happening, where all of these high rises are being built down here, and Corona happens, and all of the tech people who were supposed to occupy these places are like, fuck that, we're going back to the parts of Texas and the parts of Minnesota and the Carolinas where we're naturally from. They're all moving back there, and these places are going to be left empty, and then the developers are going to have to put somebody in there, and then they're just going to put anybody in there, and it's going to be again, and then remove all the resources.
That part, that's the main part, is that they had an original plan to put hella things around Oakland, this time around for sure. Like as you can see with the Brooklyn Basin, is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. Over on that side, and like. I guess you'll have the West, you'll have the Lake Merritt, you have all these locations, the North, whatever. You have these spots like Claremont, you'll say, or Temescal, whatever. But you have these different name boroughs that they wanted to create for this area in order to attract, like you were saying, those masses of people for like the tech industry. With I said this before, but with Square being the first tech company. That actually want the station is like have an actual office located in Oakland. So that was supposed to streamline all the other tech companies wanted to come in and occupy the downtown area, which would then, of course, push people out, but would also make a lot more investors go in on certain type of stores. Like they were thinking about putting Gucci in downtown Oakland. That shit would be nuts to even see, but that lets you know like the
type of wealth
game plan, the game plan that was inserted in that, and what they had in mind, and then like you said, COVID knocked that shit, that timeline all the way off.
It's the type of wealth they were forecasting to occupy this space. And Jennifer and Ryan again put me up on an article where CNN talked about how inhumane it is for this amount of homeless people, this amount of unhoused people to be focused in a particular area, considering the population. So I believe they estimate somewhere between like 7,000, and 7,000 are actually unhoused, and then another 7,000 that are just barely getting by because they got a relative or a friend that will take them in and they're sleeping on the couch. So we're talking about 14,000 people just in Oakland. And anyone that's come here or traveled here is like, bro, this shit is many. When you look under the freeways and but
on the freeways, look at the open lots, and don't get it twisted. Like the lot that's right there by the lake, that has the homeless encampment. That lot is already purchased, so there's already a housing project that's supposed to be built on top of that. It just got stalled, so that's the reason why that's still sitting right there. And you don't even know like the amount of people that reach out to my office about that encampment and when is somebody gonna do something about that?
Man.
And I'm like, well, there's already a plan that's been in play for that, but they would still have to be displaced somewhere else.
Absolutely.
But they don't give a fuck about that. They're looking at the fact that it's damaging to what their viewpoint.
Yeah.
So like when they're looking out,
literally their viewpoint.
yeah, like when they're looking out, they have to look at that. You know what I mean? Which is that's kind of where the mindset is. So back to inhumanity. The fact that they have to do that's the position that they're in, regardless of like whatever means got them to that point.
Yeah.
It also has a trickling effect to people that are doing all right, but don't understand that they're doing all right. Like don't understand where they occupy space in life, and looking past that, because I'm pretty sure they have their own problems. So that's something they create, is like, oh shit, well look at that person over there, they're in my way.
Yeah, and so that's that. To that point, verbatim is why the debate and the excitement, and it was trending. Why I was genuinely confused by this shit, because a lot of the conversations that were attempted to be had were either being like passed over fairly quickly, or bro was keeping it a buck in like, hey, I told the good old boys to stand by and stand down. I've never been. It's probably the proudest moment in American history. Somebody's finally telling the truth about how they really, really feel, and everybody wants to clutch their pearls and go, it's like, nah, that's what type of time we on. Like
the amount of people that asked what that meant. Bro, where are you from, bro? You ain't never heard that shit before?
Hey, I stand by, stand down. Well, I don't need. Hey, shit ain't funky right now, but as soon as it jump off.
What did Floyd say, man? Protect yourself at all times, bro. Like that's basically it's verbatim, like that type of energy, bro. It's just like, all right, we ready. And if you try to take this position from me, best believe I got folks that's willing to fight for that position.
Yeah. And for the amount of apologists and platforms and publications that attempted to make sense of that, to allow the administration to backtrack and recant their embarrassment. It's like, it ain't no recanting that. So this is what type of time we on in order to maintain this status, hold on to this last little bit of power. These are the lengths we about to go to, just so we're clear.
What I say a long time ago, Mighty.
This was
the last hurrah.
The last hurrah. You've been saying that.
And are they
saying that from the rip?
And are they not treating that like that now? Like the shit is hitting the fan finally.
Yeah.
And looking at that debate, looking at them old ass dudes talk about some shit that they have no idea about what their plan is going to be to do this stuff, but trying to now appeal to the masses, which is going to be progressively getting younger.
Yep.
So they don't know anything about the youth. You know what I mean? So you can tell that they're disengaged from who the hell they're talking to.
Just the optics of that alone is enough for you to go, oh, y'all don't give a fuck for real.
No.
These two old ass we've been saying
this isn't an ageism topic. This is literally them being old and them not giving a fuck about what their demographic is going to be.
This them being old, both clearly having mental health, both having health issues in general.
We have the most unhealthy person in America in the office right now.
Yeah, and then his candidate is right behind him. I hopefully you guys are blessed enough to have to witness somebody sharp develop dementia. It's the saddest shit ever. So I know what it looks like. Looks like Joe Biden, bro. Like that's not even to be fun. It's like, I just know what it looks like. And so for y'all to keep rolling bro up there like he not sick is so heartbreaking. And then it just so happens to be two white men. The last two motherfuckers on the planet we want to be hearing anything. Old white men at that. This shit is crazy. This shit is so crazy.
I love it though, man. I cannot tell you, I love it. Like, regardless of like how everybody's feeling right now, I get it. But like, this too shall pass for everyone. But for the majority though, just look at the mirror that's being held up to the U.S. right now. You know what I mean? Like that. Like having to sit through there and watch that debate, which I did not. I can care less.
Not even gonna hold you.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you. I can care less. But like having America have to sit up there and watch that, and if you're getting like just the petty shit, then cool, whatever. But just look at the imagery, you know what I mean, the optics of it, you know, and get a good grasp of that, because that's a mirror up to America's pastime. You know what I mean? So it's a changing of guard, but this was necessary.
Yeah.
So after this though, I don't think they're going to be able to shield the new wave of politics. Like folks are doing dynamic, dangerous shit.
Yeah.
Coming up. So I think that the next, like after we're done with this group, when we move on, it's gonna be like some drastic changes. I would hope.
You would hope. Yeah. I'm hopeful. I don't want to suck the life out of what's happening and be the nigga who's like being a pessimist. Like, no, I'm with you, G. We needed to see this, and I'm extremely hopeful and have belief in our collective conscience to make a shift and go, oh, this is fucked up for real. So if this is what had to happen in order for everybody to like get on the same page, at the very least, and go, okay, this,
bro, in the information age where information is so accessible that we have misinformation at all time high. Like there's so much information that it's possible for you to go past information. Like you can have no information, have all the information, and then go beyond that to become misinformed. Like because it's just too much. You know what I mean? So in an age like that, it's super important that we have this imagery currently so that everybody can make their conscious decisions of what they want to do next.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because those people aren't going to be here much longer.
Well, 45 trying his damnedest because this nigga went.
Unless he gonna take his organs and put it into a AI machine, bro. Like he's not gonna be here much longer.
He's sick enough to do it. Yeah, he's sick enough. It's
possible. That might be what they're doing right now.
So fam contracts.
He'll come walking in like RoboCop.
he contracts COVID-19. Then blames his wife.
Naturally, when you get something, you gotta be like,
it was Melania's fault.
Where she been at?
Like, wait, what?
Is it messed up that I want to know? Like, I wonder how he said it to her.
On some sick shit.
Like, I want to know which cuss word he used because he used one.
Oh no,
you know what it is.
No. He's sick. See, my brain wants to go that he walked in the room tripping, like, bitch, what? But I think because of the way the Donald Sterling tapes came out, the way he was talking to her on tape about not wanting Magic Johnson or any niggas around and him never saying niggas at all or cussing her out, bro, and so calm. I know that's how Donald Trump was talking to his wife, bro. It's like I don't see how you could pass this off to me.
Yeah. That's when you really believe it though. Yeah. Like that's not even like that. That's not you trying to front for nothing. That you really believe.
You
that
in
shit.
Pure sicko mode at this point.
Pure.
But what'd you say what do you say if he don't die? What?
Oh nah, if he don't die, then we gotta open all this shit up. Like, hey, California, bro, I ain't trying to hear this shit past this. Governor Newsom, all this shit, bro. I can't. After this, if he makes it out of this, the most unhealthy person I have seen. Well, there's more unhealthy people, of course, but he's up there.
He's at the top.
He's up there. Then, if that's the case, and he makes it past the COVID talks, then
don't want to hear nothing.
I don't want. We all out of this. Like, open Oakland back up. We need our functions back. We need inside dining back.
In fairness to Oakland been lit. I drove down what is that, Parliament and Liege and all that. Them niggas.
Oh no, they
moved
still
the club
going
outside.
They going. I saw that. I know about them.
Did you guys hear about the dude on Twitter who
That's
already called
Oakland.
all this?
Huh?
There was a dude on Twitter that called all of this like 3 weeks ago.
To go this way.
That he was like, all right. He was like, debate will happen. Whatever happens with the debate, depending on if it goes good or bad. If it goes bad for Trump, he'll get COVID and he'll lock down all the press and news for the next 3 weeks. And everybody will forget about how the debate really went. And everybody will be focused on him. He survives. He lives. Next thing you know, he talks about how he's so strong he can make America strong, and that's going to be his ploy for the rest until November 3rd. Like, the dude just called it all out, broke it down. I was
Marketing?
Marketing 101. Genius.
He's back to marketing. When all else fails, market.
Hey, that's what you got to do.
Like, what you call it, the mayonnaise debate?
Yeah. That's
The mayonnaise debate is crazy.
It wasn't even spicy, huh?
It was
just
no
bland,
spice. It was
just bland. But, damn.
As soon as you got two people out there arguing about who's more urban,
oh shit.
like everybody talking about everything else,
but
nobody, like, bruh, they was up there and Trump's like, you ain't even popping in the urban. What? I'm more urban than you. Like, people don't even think about. It was crazy.
See, and that's why. That's how I know
urban is nuts, bro.
That's how I know you a sicko for real. Because that's how I watch TV too. I'm just looking for the Skip Bayless set on Undisputed Monday or Wednesday, and literally was when was game one?
Game one was Tuesday.
Tuesday. So it was Monday morning. Skip Bayless said on Undisputed and said, "Yeah, because Pat Riley was LeBron's overseer." And no one said anything. Like, I'm like, wait, what? Like, and Fox just let that roll. Shannon Sharp just let it roll. Now, I had to tweet about it because I was like, that just happened on real TV, and no one said a word. It's like all these, like, racist innuendos, and it's like, bro, that shit is crazy. Yeah. And the word, and I can't tell you how many times I sat in corporate meetings, and it's like, yeah, we're just trying to appeal to an urban demo. Don't say I gotta walk out on the strength of just like you really don't get it. You're using the term urban in all these companies that have urban departments. That shit's weird, bro.
No, you'd be surprised how many industries are appealing to urban.
Yeah.
Because like the housing industry is appealing to urban. Like they depending on where they're located, they would like a urban. They're trying to figure out how to market urban demographic. It's like. We're just trying to figure out, like how do we make this more urban? You know what I mean? Because
what do we do with this decor? I was thinking of getting some big speakers and a record player. What do you guys think?
And that's how the pictures be going though. Like it's literally like some
little
shit
urban chic, urban rustics, bruh. What are you saying right now?
Like, bro, where'd you even get this information from? What have you been watching?
I wonder if there's a Pinterest.
It might be a Pinterest
category that's urban chic.
How
much y'all want to bet? How much y'all want to bet? Shout out Pinterest, man.
They got everything, man. I'm pretty sure they got urban chic.
See, we not helping the cause, by the way.
We're not.
And there is somebody from Pinterest. Ooh, urban chic.
Urban chic might go.
Got to do that right now.
Cut the check, man. Damn. Do we want? I mean,
edit.
I didn't have. I mean, outside of that, I didn't have much in regards to the debate. Did we miss anything? Like fam sick now. He's doing his he did his first sort of speech from the hospital, and like, I'll come back stronger than ever type shit. What he's supposed to say, and I don't know.
Bro, I wanted to record it so bad, but I forgot. But them Trump I approve the messages. Campaign has been the most nutso shit. Like I was hearing my TV from the other room, and I had to come in. Like, wait, what is this? Wait a second.
It's been I don't want that shit to completely commandeer the subconscious or the energy of the show. It was a week to celebrate, nonetheless. But one that was full of like, you ever think you cool and you like, I don't get anxious. I don't have anxiety. If y'all ever hear me say either of those things, just punch me, because I'm lying. I'm dead ass lying, man. First off, my niece River James is here, baby. I can't wait to see you. The baby sister, like because you have younger siblings, right? Or are you the baby? You're the baby, but you got younger siblings.
Yeah.
Was it like when they were born? Did they feel like your baby, damn near?
Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad's little ones felt like my.
Alyssa. When Alyssa was born, like especially with all the complications with my mom, like my mom was really, really sick after Alyssa was born. So Alyssa, it was like, oh, you got responsibilities now. So Alyssa really felt like my baby. Nana did too, but we're hella close in age. But Alyssa, shit. So for her to have a kid is like really, really big deal. But you add in the current climate of like not being able to go to the hospital and all that shit. For whatever reason, I remember the like the experience around birth and delivery and all that shit being way more like joyous than this. This shit was stressful. Like, I want to call her, but I don't want to stress her out. But I'm worried. But because I feel like she went in on like Monday night, and then River didn't get here to fucking Thursday. So it was like, what's happening? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? And then
how they doing like as far as like visits go right now?
I mean, luckily they get to go home, but then they even suggest like with newborns, because of this shit, it's like, yo, we got to be cautious of that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just pull up. So it's like, damn, like it's not the same. It's not the same vibe. But then at the same time as well, some celebrating the transition of dear friends of their daughter. And literally the night before Alyssa went into labor, and then a few days later, Chrissy Teigen, and then some other like friends that are few degrees separation. Like that shit happens. I'm like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? And then the more information we get about black women in the delivery process and like what the fatality rate is for both the child and the mother is like the most terrifying shit. So I do want to say, just like whatever that looks like in terms of like policy and understand and where funds and shit need to be allocated, we got to figure out how to protect black women and black children that are being born. Now, like that shit needs to be pushed to the top of the list if it isn't already. You know what I'm saying? And like that was, we're blessed and fortunate enough. My sister's healthy, my niece is healthy, but I've been entirely too close to dear friends that have carried full term healthy, and only to not have any explanation to why the delivery process went wrong, you know. And I don't want to pretend like I'm informed enough to have that conversation, because I'm not. It didn't dawn on me until it hit so fucking close to home, and then you're asking yourself all these questions and you don't even know where to start. You know what I'm saying? But fear, like, and how suffocating this shit is. Yeah, I text Poe and all that shit. Is like, yo, I didn't know. I felt helpless before, but this is a different level of helpless.
Yeah, I feel like that's somehow connected to the amount of people from like black families that become doctors, though.
Wow.
I think it'll be very similar to like the police system. I think it'll be very similar to I'm trying to think of other ones. But like there's like it's gotta come down to representation and like what you see when you are doing like the delivery process, because I think there's a lot more catering to a demographic that looks a lot like you. Yeah. Like if you can envision this child being your own, then you take care of it. You empathize in a different, completely. You take care of it in a certain type of way, as if that's the case. Or if you feel like you have a better chance of getting reprimanded and there being legal ramifications for your issues, then that's another thing. That's another play in order. So I think that comes about a lot. In the legal system for sure, but I wouldn't put it too far past medical, because it's all connected to what we talked about when we first started, economics and money. You know what I mean? Like all of that stuff comes together and we really, man, I can't say it enough. We gotta learn the law, man, because there's a shit ton of stuff that we can bring to courts. Which I can't even go into that, because we just got courts blocking shit. So it's never mind. I'm gonna backpedal out of this, and then I'll bring a better one to the table once I've thought about that a little bit more, because of the whole, like, I was really about to go gung ho on like bringing stuff to the courts, but then I realized that this goes back to policies and and who we're put into to become the
Supreme Court. Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's just like who holds what and what that voting structure looks like. Like we got a lot to be informed about.
It's a lot of infrastructure. It's a lot of infrastructure. We're well behind the A ball on that. Yeah, but yeah, that's good.
Which is intentional too.
completely. But there is overwhelming amount, even though it's probably going to be more expensive, but there is an overwhelming amount of moving over to the midwife system. That's been something that's been going on a lot.
Seen that. And friends who have been, fortunate enough to put that thing. And you're right, G. It is significantly more expensive, but I think how they've justified it and how they've broken it down is
there's
like
an attention to detail.
Yeah,
it's one of the most important expenses that you can have. I would say. So
and we justify paying an insane amount for so many things that'll never be as important, and so I don't. Yeah, man.
Because right now it's growing into a crapshoot, and it shouldn't be that way. Like it should.
It's growing into a crapshoot, and
it shouldn't be that way, man. Even though we're dealing with a lot of chemistry, it should not be that way, man. Not overwhelmingly towards one group.
Yeah, and that's what that's the confusion internally that I was experiencing, but more so just Liz is a champion. Like the amount of like fearlessness and assertiveness and intelligence that both of my sisters got out the gate. Like I've never been more envious of any two people because they just got that shit that just make them super powerful in my eyes. But at the same time, I just wanted to make sure my nigga was good. And I knew she was, though, because her nigga's a stand-up dude. So, salute, bro. Proud of you as well. Proud of the both of you guys, and so excited. Can't wait to see my baby. That's the ultimate. The end of it. Grandma hit me. She's like, "What's up, Uncle?" I said, "What's up, Gigi? You put River $5 in the mail already?" Our great grandmother, Miss Eddie Lee, rest her beautiful spirit, like never missed our birthdays and just like putting $5 in the mail. And hey, no matter what was happening in my life, I knew I had $5 coming on the 11th. Like, what we doing? I ain't paying the $5. I ain't paying the $5, man. I'm so happy. I'm so happy she's here. I'm getting to celebrate.
Bro, do you remember back in the day where you could just go out with and pay $5 on something?
Man, what? Blockbuster, what we doing?
Hey, man, I got $5 for you, bro. Like, hey, no matter what it is, bro, I got $5 for you.
Bro, $5 not getting you shit today.
What?
Bottle of water, $5.60.
That's a little bottle.
That's the little joint.
If you want that water that Sean John, a.k.a. Diddy, said, you about to spend $6.
You might be able to get you some gum so your breath smell good. You gonna make sure when you talking close to somebody, you your breath right.
Our Lovecraft segments have been causing a little hysteria.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm all caught up, so I can get back into the conversation.
Okay.
I didn't know you was behind.
Yeah.
I was only behind when we were having a conversation at Freak Shit.
Oh, okay, that's right. But no, you're good now.
From there, I got caught up though. I was just mad I couldn't get into that conversation because that was around all the Lovecrafters and shit. Like we're Lovecrafters over here, but that was like a bigger, like a big ass group of them.
Well, yeah. Our dialogue. I thought we did a really good job at navigating the space on the episode last week in terms of just like talking about sexuality and sexual identity and everything. A few friends
History of violence.
A few friends who do identify as gay or other did reach out to confirm and say salute on navigating that and some things, and some and were able to educate me on some things too. So I hella appreciate, love you guys. There was some hetero men who weren't as gracious, to say the least, in and around our discussion, and but ultimately made some really good points. So I want to be inviting of that energy as well.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely get it.
Yeah.
I'm just one that is like love for all. So like I'm not really tripping. Like it's not even that I'm not tripping. It's just more so like folks should be like sexual preferences and like sexuality isn't all that big of a deal for me personally. Like but then again, I am a heterosexual male.
Yeah.
So like I would be at the like from history, I would be in the food chain that's always been here.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's very close to like just being a fucking white male of sexuality. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I would be the one that's like, I'm not really tripping off all
It's
this
not
shit.
a big deal.
Yeah, like I can have that luxury. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But like with that being said, I still accept the fact that folks have all these different ways about them, and it's appreciative, and I want them to have the level of support. But I still get it from people that is just like when it's being like when it feel like there's no I don't know, man. Like it just keeps on being circulated in a way. Like I can see how that can be, especially when you're not tripping, how the overwhelming amount of attention that goes into that. I get it.
And that was ultimately what they brought up. That's exactly what they said. It was like, yo, like, appreciate y'all stance and how y'all talk about it, but nah,
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's being forced, and then how do I explain that imagery to my children? I was like, damn, I don't have kids, so I'm out of that race. And you're not wrong, but to L's point, it's like sexual identity and preference, and it's just none of my business. But again, does that fall on the same spectrum as white men who are just aloof to all of the all the plight of different minority groups
and enabling
what's going on. And my just like, hey, I don't be in nobody else's business, enabling the hate and disdain and how I don't know. When the hetero men that reached out about last week's episode reached out and what they had to say, I was like, damn. Maybe they're right in terms of my stance.
That is how you know we are in the overly informational time in history, because this is very similar to when the most recent iteration of the replay was coming out, where they'll be going to the replay booth to figure out like what's going on. And the commentator and some of the commentation around it was that when they look at the replay, can they look at it for so long that they start to see it differently than what it actually is?
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, is it possible that you can watch something so much that you can then start to believe it to be something other than what it actually is?
Yeah.
And that's possible around a lot of these topics. Is the oversaturation in a way? Is it something that is? Yeah, I can't. That's probably not the way to go about this. Let me stop.
No,
I gotta stop doing that.
No, because you bringing up great ass points, G.
No, because like it's something. It's a difficult topic to talk about though, because I'm not that person. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. This isn't my group.
Yeah, and that was the other thing.
I can't be the one talking about it.
That was the other thing. Is like, because we said that when we were talking about it last week, and the homies that reached out was like, no. Y'all are the niggas that need to talk about it, like for real, and offer, and open up the space for dialogue, so that if you do misstep or say something, because you guys are ultimately navigating it in a responsible way. It's the niggas who aren't being responsible that are having a dialogue. So let's not group or lump ourselves into that, because
completely
we're figuring it out. We're bringing it up, and we're offering the space for both sides to speak up, to unpack it, and to ultimately serve as the bridge to bring people to the space.
Completely. And I think just for listeners and for everyone, I would ask from the heterosexual side that there is leeway in the conversation for you to make mistakes. in regards to a lot of this stuff, because I feel like, come from my side, and this is probably a phobia you would say, but it gets stopped and it gets suppressed, and it's only going to lead to suppression if you're not able to have conversations around something.
Facts.
Which if you just open up the dialogue and not be afraid to hear some of the things that are being said, then it will help the person that may be saying the incorrect things to be able to maybe find a middle ground, or even come to your way of thinking a little bit, if they're able to at least get their thoughts off, and then you can take that in, and then you can give them back a response that is more correct, since you are the person in that position. And I'm saying that for that because I can talk about that. That's the one that I have a phobia in, because you can't have many conversations in that space. But it's very similar to, and it's dead on, even though we hate grouping these two together. Yeah. But with black people not being, or just people of color not being able to hear out racism, and just shunning it at the very beginning of even hearing it, you have to be able to hear some of these things and then be able to have a dialogue around it, in order for you to maybe be able to penetrate racists.
And so, for the sake of conversation, because that's where I lean, and I feel like that's where we've gotten the most in trouble, because we usually do that around race, religion, and now we're doing it with sexual identity. It's like, again, we occupy a unique space, being black, hetero men, and it affords us an autonomy that we're incapable of being aware of, and until we say these type of things, it's like, fuck, I didn't even know that I had a. I feel like I'm being preyed on, and you're going, nah, fam, you're at the top of the food chain, and you have black male privilege. What the fuck is that? Like, I just learned what that is. Like, that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, so now we're trying to serve as a bridge into a safe space around a dialogue, and we're going, yeah, nigga, you gotta show me where the race is at. I mean that when I say it, like, genuinely, show me where they are, point them out, and I feel like I have a much better fighting chance if I know who they are.
That's it. That's always been the conversation. I'd rather see people exactly as they are. Yeah. Like, let me know who you are initially, and then allow me to gauge where that is from there. But don't be out here acting as if it's buddy or just like another type of energy, when in essence we're not getting anywhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I hate being in that space where you're being genuinely you, but another person is being the version that they think works for you. Yeah. When in essence that's not working for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I see right through that type of shit. Yeah.
Nah, it's fascinating, but and we set that up to get into talking about the show, to talking about Lovecraft. I don't know. I'm still here and going. This is one of the best experiences as far as entertainment goes and storytelling. I'm here for it. Last week's episode for my, for bang for my investment into an hour. Holy smokes, man, that shit was intense.
Heavy sci-fi.
And I'm not the sci-fi nigga. I think that's what is jumping off for me. Like, I don't do sci-fi at all. And
heavy sci-fi, but the underbelly, once again, they would take you into other worlds, of course. But the underbelly, like the message behind it, like the message of the belittling of yourself, like that's a real thing. Like, not being seen and deciding and picking your partner by where you are at any given time, and then staying in that you know what I mean, and not realizing it, and then not having your partner anymore, and now being lost because you were you succumb to all of that. You know what I mean? Like, so that feeling right there is a story that doesn't get told like that. I think people skim completely over that story, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's almost as if like somebody that belittles themselves in a relationship or belittles themselves in life and then ends up in a relationship where they shrink even smaller and allow a lot of things to pass. It's almost as if they make it normal for that to be a thing. So what the public is seeing is that this is normal and this is something that you should be looking for.
Yeah.
And it plays a terrible game in real life where people really choose their partners to then be in their shadow. You know what I mean? And to become super dependent, which dependent isn't a bad thing in the way that I'm trying to say it, but it's just more so you should have another level of yourself, like you should be a separate entity from the situation you're in. And then bring them together. You know what I mean? Like that makes that's a power right there. Yeah. But otherwise, like there's a chink in that armor.
Lex, where are you? Just because I'm framing it for you because you're a storyteller. I don't know. Because in terms of action, the last episode had the probably the least amount. But as far as importance in story,
it had so much.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not off in that. Okay.
It had so much story, and like you said, it's crazy because since they are in sci-fi, they're allowed to do so much more.
Free.
Like you can just, like you said, you can be as free as you want to be, and you don't have to worry about the regular I'll just say shackles of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
So for her to go all the way back and be dancing in Paris, and then for her to like see how they were treated as black people, and just that world that she's in, she's smoking weed, and just and that conversation, that dialogue that they had, I was like, oh my God.
A reoccurring theme is Jesus, I can't speak today. Is as if liberation is magic, right? And time again, it's like, yo, if you could have any power, what would you have? And it's all the two times that it's happened in the show, both of the characters have wished for, on the grand scheme of things, fairly insignificant positions in life. One was like, I just want to work at a shoe store or a clothing store. And then she's like, I just want to be a dancer on the crew. Like, and that maybe, and they keep referencing back. It's like, yo, I'm offering you absolute power, and this is what you come up with, you know. And it speaks to the glass ceiling, and you go Emancipation Proclamation, take the chains off. But did you really? If what you, even with your, if you're not bound by anything, and you in the dreams you can muster up still have limits on them, like, I'm offering you absolute power to be whatever you want to be, and this is as far as you can dream for yourself. It's a beautiful sort of underlying tone that's consistent throughout the show, and I can't get past it. That's why the last episode was so important in the grand scheme. What, because is this season supposed to be 10 episodes or is it 12?
I thought what episode are they on? 7?
This is about to be 8 this week.
Is it? I thought it was 8.
Yeah, I would think they would stop at 8.
I thought it was
today's the finale.
Don't know,
but nah, they didn't say nothing about it being the finale, so they'll probably go to 10.
Yeah, that's what I was. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
They probably knew they had it, and they were like, "Hey, we'll let you slide."
I'm not worried because This Is Us is coming, so I'm gonna be okay.
It's almost here.
I'm gonna be okay, but. Man, salute the entire crew. I really, we've been saluting out Misha and the whole staff, but I really want to salute Jonathan Powers and HBO too, on another one.
Another one.
Who is there? Netflix don't really count because they got a terrain of freedom that doesn't exist with the others, right? Outside of HBO, I'll maybe go FX as far as like shows. Who else is fucking with them in that capacity? Stars catches one every once in a while. Showtime catches one every once in a while. But HBO, we talking about it. We talking about like almost The Wire was what?
90, was it?
But 94? Even forget The Wire. Oz and The Sopranos. That's 96, 97.
Out of all the movie channels, they were the first ones, weren't they?
On that wave, yeah,
on
right?
that one, out of like the premium movie
The premium,
channels.
yeah.
I feel like they were.
And then they figured out this way to reinvent themselves where it's like I don't even think of them in the same capacity that I do the others.
Yeah, I think HBO probably what's happening a lot though is that I think their executive team is having a lot of conversations with the talent, which isn't something that happens fairly that often.
Their executive teams are talking to the talent. Damn, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like the executive team did a sit down with Issa Rae in front of a crowd, talking about her show, and it was interesting because when Issa was talking, like the person that was doing the questions for whatever was in learning mode. So like he would say things or whatever that was completely incorrect. She would correct him on it. And then he would correct himself on it. You know what I mean? So like it seems as if there are like conversations that are constantly being had around the talent that allows them to then open up to have like a Issa Rae. I think Issa Rae is probably going to take another position within HBO as far as
think
like
so.
I think so. I think the level of respect that she has in their office, I could only imagine that that's probably her next.
So she's building her production studio.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't decipher whether she would start her own network or if she would, just take a higher role there. I think she could do both. Yeah, whichever she decided to do, I think she'll be well off. But I think as we're seeing Monkey Paw sort of operate in that space, and I think ultimately, well, I guess Tyler Perry's already really done that. Like his initial partnership with TBS, and then
Oprah, isn't it with Oxy or something?
Now whatever relationship he has with OWN. I'm curious just to see the people who are investing in buildings, right? So the limiting, like making that initial investment to cut the back end overhead of sets and all that's just like, nah, I built multiple sound stages. It's like it's really, really, really dope to see. So I'm excited for Issa. I'm excited to see what her advancement does for the coming seasons, Insecure and whatever else she'll develop too. But that's all through the lens of like appreciating like how amazing this time and space is for Lovecraft, and it's kind of just them right now. I don't know what other show is really buzzing right now.
I guess P Valley just ended, and then
don't do P Valley like that. I ain't gonna let you front on P Valley.
I said it just ended. I wasn't.
But you fronted on it though a little bit.
I did. Did
you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah,
I was just saying like because I was gonna say P Valley, but I knew it just ended, so I wasn't gonna say it's not going at the same time.
But even there, because they shot at least they shot their pilot. That was like 3 years ago or something like that, and it took them a really long time to get it sold. So salute to them.
Yeah, I think they're not coming back to 2022.
Yeah.
Ozark
is. Wait, Ozark's not due back until
Ozark got a while too.
Yeah. Atlanta just got postponed again, so we won't get that for a bit.
Don't know if Dave's coming back or when Dave's coming back.
Oh damn! I didn't think about that.
I think it's coming back.
It has to. They ended on such a high note.
That they got a season 2, but
but like none of them are like in studios.
Yeah. So that's what made me happy for This Is Us coming back. It's like, yo, we might be fucked if Lovecraft is having this impact. They're gonna go away for a minute. It's like, what else? And it's like, all right, at least we'll get This Is Us for a minute. I
started The Outsiders. Am I late?
What? What Outsider?
The one with Jason Bateman.
you just started that?
Wait, why did I think he was watching it with us?
Nah, I'll just watch the first episode.
Oh, I envy you, bro. That show is so fucking good. Like,
it looks good, man.
Yo.
And it got the man who never sleeps.
Hey. So G, think about Outsider and the last season of Ozark being filmed at the exact same time.
That was nuts when I saw Jason Bateman directed that. I was like, bro, when does this dude do it? Like, what is up with him, man?
Damn, I hella envy you that you get that. You get that right.
That's
now?
perfect with Ozark not being here because I still get a Jason Bateman treatment, man. So it's good.
Man, okay. Well, in other news, 21 Savage is back wreaking havoc.
I ain't back, bro.
Him and Metro.
The dream team, man. The combo. You need them.
Did you guys listen to the whole tape?
Yeah.
Where do you got it? And as far as the 21 discography.
I have it up there with the last mixtape. I thought it was much needed. I feel like it stole the. It probably hasn't shown like the waves yet, but I think it stole a good amount of 2020. I would say. But then again, I'm overly biased to 21, bro. Like overly biased.
What is it the 21 phenomenon? Because I feel like
authenticity.
Okay. Because that's what I feel like
to its T.
Everybody fucks with him in a way that, and he's afforded this sort of space where it's like, nah, man, 21 can say the wildest shit.
Bro, you can say whatever the hell he wants to, but it's I think it's part of it is the ad libs.
Ad-libs for sure.
It's because the ad libs just doubles down on what he just said that was out of pocket.
Yeah. Just in case you thought I misspoke, let me give you this fire ass ad lib to stamp it. Yeah.
So that's usually what it does, but. I was glad though that he was able to lay out because as if it needed to be said in today's age, yes, it needs to be said. Yeah. What the difference is between snitches and rats, man. Like it's super important for folks to know that before they start going like supporting a lot of this fuckery, man.
Yeah.
Like we already had to say like what was the difference between why snitching was a no. Mm-hmm. But I don't think people ever really thought about what the rap portion of things was.
Facts.
So I think that was important from it. And then also Morgan Freeman doing the narration on this was gold. If you can get Morgan Freeman to narrate
but
for you.
So that's why I'm asking, like, what is it about 21 that puts him in this unique space where everybody loves him? Everybody. It's never seen nothing like it. But then he delivers, and you're like, God damn, like, okay, it makes sense. The other unfortunate part though is like because 21 is so dope, he gives other niggas like full reign to say the wildest shit on there. What's wrong? Your man.
Get your ass.
Your man is wilding.
Get your ass.
Now we chatty patties.
Nah, he been in the state for too long.
So now
I think he getting stir crazy, bro. Like
he sent that verse from the estate. Drake is wildin', man.
He for sure sent that from the estate. But I think it really is that he's been stuck out there, and for him, as if he doesn't have enough waves to ride. Mm-hmm. He just tried to ride a wave that just came back out. Like SZA just came back out, so he had the name drop. He just figured out a way to do it.
Damn.
But that's his thing.
I can't argue that. I just feel bad because the music's undeniable, man. But time and time again, he does something to remind us that he is Drake. and I want to be.
But he
ultimate.
normalizes it though, man. Like,
There you go.
It's
That part.
because he continues. He does it so often and in a way that's like palatable for folks. He normalizes that shit, and guys become that shit.
And he gonna have killers walking around singing those whole ass lines. Like that's the other part too. That's confusing.
Yeah, he got killers doing that right now.
God damn it, Trick.
Killers pillow talk too.
So now Dot has to diss him on the strength of the first woman TDE. Right?
Not a chance.
No?
You think Dot's dissing?
Damn.
The way TDE works is that either the Young Bucks is going to do it for you, or it'll come right from the horse's mouth. So it'll come from SZA.
SZA already pushing her.
And SZA got more shit. She hasn't dropped the album yet. So
she's a
put some in
goon.
there.
She's a goon. So I'm not to say that Dot has to do it because she can't defend herself, but now I feel like
all hands on board.
Yeah, I feel like that activates Q. I feel like that activates Soul. I know that activates J-Rock. Them the last niggas you want on your ass.
I think the only moment for you to hear something like that, like
Black Hippie,
but it would be a Black Hippie freestyle.
Lucy, yeah,
not even Lucy. It'd be like if they did like a BT cipher or something like that. But they don't.
But they're not gonna
right
give
now.
it. They're not gonna let you occupy none of their songs and shit.
Not a chance.
I got you.
Not a chance.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm confused by it. I'm not mad at it.
It would definitely be free. It would not be something that y'all gotta pay for.
It'll definitely be free. It's crazy. So 20. So where you said you got it ranked up there with the last one.
Yeah, tell you the truth, I don't know a bad one.
In the pantheon of Atlanta, where do you guys put 21?
I am high.
So, I mean, there's obviously the legends. Like we won't convolute the conversation and like throw Outkast and all them in there. I'm going
No.
Atlanta
You
right.
about New School?
Atlanta right now.
I got him up there. Where
Lil Baby's the nigga, right?
For sure.
Thug, Gunna, 21.
Their lineup is nuts.
Yeah.
JID, Earth Gang. I want to leave Atlanta alone, man.
Yeah.
I want to leave Atlanta alone. I don't want to do that because even in naming those names, I miss somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just let them be.
Yeah. Salute Atlanta, bro. That's impressive. That's impressive. Because then out of nowhere, 21 and Metro are dropping. You go, wait.
With Morgan Freeman. Like Morgan Freeman. The same nigga that told a fat nigga on the roof, "You smoke crack, don't you?
Crack, don't you?
Jump!"
Well, he did.
Morgan's a legend, man.
He smoke crack, don't you? He did this Jeezy on the album. I don't know what that stems from. I hope them niggas figure that out because that could turn dangerous. But Jeezy also has a talk show now.
Yeah.
Talk show?
He has a talk show. You ain't seen this.
Hey, man, I fuck with folks that like start messing with somebody and then like just penetrate their audience.
Hey,
the snowman, yo. I want y'all. Can we appreciate what this looks like?
Yeah, it's just an arch. It's a nice arch.
What is Jeezy talking about on this talk show, bro?
I have no clue. They just announced that Jeezy gonna have a talk show.
Where is this at? I'm watching it.
You got to.
Is this daytime?
I think it's.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why that's funny. But don't ask me if Jeezy talk shows in the daytime.
Imagine wearing like all black and all white suits in the daytime.
Oh, daytime TV for Jeezy. That's crazy.
Nah, but I do want to know what it's on though, because I would watch that first one to see like what angle he's going with.
Yeah.
Like, is he doing like Arsenio Hall couch? Is he gonna make sure he bringing people feet to the fire? Cause somebody has to bring these people's feet to the fire
and ask them the hard questions. That's not Jeezy's tagline.
The hard knock questions.
I ask the questions you're afraid to ask here on Snowman.
I just sent a picture to the group just so you guys can see the picture that they got of this man and how he looked. No.
Please look at that. They said that man Jesus like Charlemagne evil twin.
No, he not.
Oh, yeah. I'm never mind. I'm not watching.
Look,
I can't.
no,
I can't.
No, he not.
I can't.
Hey,
I refuse.
like you said,
Oh man,
I want to know what type of bag they gave Mr. 17.
a stupid bag. But that's my other thing in these spaces.
Oh, he coming out as Jay Jenkins.
Man,
I fuck with it.
These spaces of long form shows. So much. They're not easy to do. Just the sweat equity alone is enough to make you go, holy moly. So people are signing up to do them, but then also the monetization that happens in the process. Have y'all seen the fallout with Vlad? Have y'all been following that? So Vlad misquoted Minister Farrakhan. Ultimately took the video down, but refused to apologize. Under certain circumstances, Royce the 5'9" was like, "Yo, look here, this is crazy." And despite the shit with Lord Jamar and Eminem, Royce continued to go on the show, even in the midst of what the beef that Vlad and Joe Budden got going on. Royce was like really clear about, "Yo, I'm still gonna pull up." And then finally, Royce was like, "Enough of this bullshit." And at the same time, Lord Jamar, Godfrey, they still occupied. They still would go on Vlad. My son all riding for Vlad until this shit happened, and Vlad just made it clear, like, "Yo, in fairness, one of my best months at Vlad TV was last month. I am not apologizing for shit." And then it became apparent to them that Vlad's sole interest is profiting off of the trauma of black people, which is
Wait. Who is this? Like who came to that?
It's like, wait, you just figured out. Meanwhile, this is what Joe's been saying for years. This is what Rick Ross has been saying for years. This is what Royce has been saying as of late. Charlemagne took a hiatus from there, but he's now back on. It's just a lot of extra shit. I don't even want to talk about none of that because it's stupid. Watching Young T.O. from SOBRBE, his interviews on there have been some of the most heartbreaking shit. Because the level of street shit that they're talking about is deadly. Like, there's real consequences and repercussions to the shit that they're discussing. And Vlad has this real fetish. And it's been made apparent in the videos that he does, like, the amount of artists that have sat down with Vlad and ultimately died and what they're saying and how they sort of prophesize their death. And in their death, Vlad puts up these flashback videos as a "I told you so." Some real sick shit. And he can package it any way he wants to. This nigga has a real fetish with black men, especially, sitting up there talking about their demise through the lens of fame. And it's like, well, you can't put it all on Vlad. They don't know no better. I got to. Somebody has to be held accountable for this. These are babies we're talking about ultimately. Young T.R. I think is 21. Maybe 22. He's a fucking kid, dude. Like, in the grand scheme of things, and the amount, I know we're older now, so it's like the amount of money they seeing, yeah, it's a lot of money, but it ain't enough to have you up there playing with your fucking life at all. And so I don't know. The Vlad shit is getting even more disgusting and egregious. Somebody asked, well, why do you watch it? Well, then this sick fuck turns around and gets interviews from like Rodney Jenkins, and I'm a super fan of Dark Child, so I gotta listen to that shit because this nigga don't do interviews nowhere else. Dallas Austin doesn't talk anywhere else, and they just so happen to go to Vlad and talk about all the behind the scenes producer shit. So now I'm here watching Vlad. It's stupid, man. It's really dumb. So I hope that Jay Jenkins or whatever Jeezy's coming out, somebody creates a platform that can compete and get this nigga the fuck out of here, so we can continue to get these great stories parallel to these dark, twisted fantasies of DJ fucking Vlad, of just talking to young kids and hearing them prophesize their death. It's so sick, man. It's really sick. But the SOB RBE thing hit really close to home because, like, that Vallejo shit, bruh, ain't nothing. Like, it's not a toy. and Vlad is like truly treating it like a toy, and them kids is really out there like they playing with big fucking guns, and not and make no and don't confuse it at all. Like they know you, just so you know what type of time they on. They letting you know, and this nigga's playing with it like it's a game. I don't know, man.
That's super sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But once again, hopefully we got the. Hopefully we can get some OGs. I don't know how many OGs are respected from youth at a certain point, but some OGs that could steer that energy that youth will naturally have. Because with all the big guns that we have as on the youthful side, we could be using those.
Yeah.
There is a war going on,
Man.
and it's not against ourselves,
Man. We got to everything except for a couple. Lex, you made the point about the finals not looking finalsy right now.
No.
These scrimmages.
They at the 24.
I know what quick play on 2K look like.
That's what we looking like.
Oh my gosh!
On the easy setting too.
Bro, truth be told, like the Lakers want to get out the bubble, bro. Like folks want to get out the bubble, so this is gonna be a 4-0.
So what do we do with the experts that pick the Heat though? Do they get to keep their job and be called experts?
They are no different than Skip, man. Like y'all have picked against the Lakers every round, bro. Like that's just natural. Not even against the Lakers, because if it wasn't LeBron on that team, they wouldn't be in the playoffs. Yeah. But so all this, like, how much love you give Anthony Davis for the work that he does, bro.
He got Anthony Davis. Like Anthony Davis literally had the same team in New Orleans, and niggas got bounced first round.
Yeah, Anthony Davis got out the first round once in his career, man. But all that to say, the experts, except for Kendrick Perkins, because he knows what's up, because he played with LeBron. He knows what's up. But like a healthy Bron has been in the championship no matter what. So that's just what it is. But this shouldn't be an asterisk on anything. Like this is just natural. This is just the who put more money into their bodies. Yeah. Like y'all make a lot of money right now, bro. Like put that shit into y'all bodies and have a long lasting career.
Who did what with the 4 months off or whatever?
That
right?
part too.
We're seeing it in the NFL. Like,
and
I called it with the NFL. It was like, bro, they didn't have training camp. They didn't have no preseason. It's gonna be injuries. The amount of ACL tears in the first 3 weeks, bro, is jaw dropping.
Left, right.
And the ACL, like, granted, technology has changed, so like the repair and the rehab is different than it used to be. Still ain't nothing to play with. We're still talking minimum 8 months.
Yeah, you're eventually going to be bone on bone now. Like they haven't figured out a way to replace an ACL. Yeah. Bro. So like it isn't like once that starts to tear,
roll it down, and staple it or something.
Oh.
Yeah, like that's the only thing that they got. You know, like there isn't a regeneration process. Yeah. There isn't a replacement process yet.
No super glue or something.
Just tuck mine in. Yeah.
Just tuck your ACL in his nuts.
Oh man. Now I'm impressed at their commitment to trying to. I don't know what it is about, because I don't want to make it like a LeBron thing. It's just a prisoner of the moment type of thing where it's like, how I was so glad that LeBron said it the way he said it, and then John Sally rebuttal was like, yeah, if you're watching basketball, there's no way he's not your favorite player ever, because it's just we've never seen nothing like it. And so that's always been my thing, especially talking to these hoe-ass Warrior fans. It's like, there's no way you can be watching this and go, oh, we got to appreciate what's happening with the Warriors in terms of how they did it through the draft to have Steph, to get Clay, and then to get Dre. Like the Draymond thing is so funny to me because of him being an undersized big man. He was one of my favorite players when he was at Michigan State. And then he dropped in the draft, and I was like, yo, whoever gets Draymond Green is going to get a fucking steal. And then he proceeded to drop. He kept dropping. And you watch the players that got drafted before him, like they just didn't have his skill set. Like he was undersized, out of shape, and was giving niggas the blues in their conference. And then he drops to the Warriors.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh man,
he got lucky in that too though, because like Draymond getting drafted to the Atlanta Hawks would not be in the NBA right now.
I disagree.
Okay.
I totally disagree.
All right. There was no shooters on the Atlanta Hawks. There was no way to utilize Draymond Green's skill set.
I do think he benefited from environment for sure in terms of like the makeup of the team, but his makeup, like his mindset, he just would have figured it out. That's for me. I believe that.
No, I feel it. I just think that when it comes to the NBA, they don't give you long leashes. Like if you're not,
I see what you mean.
If you're not overwhelmingly talented,
right away.
What Draymond did was like he just outworked people to a point where his skill set mattered.
Yeah.
But like leading up to that, he couldn't shoot the basketball. He couldn't, like there was no other team in the league that was about to treat him as a point forward.
Yeah.
So like sometimes it just comes down to just natural fit. So if you put him into another system, they'd have had him playing out in China.
Facts.
And then trying to figure out how to get back in the league.
That's
what happened with Pargo. Like there was only one Pargo that could be in the league, and it just happened to be
General.
No.
You mean the style of player?
It happened to be Kimball Walker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was only one player
allow
with
one
that
of them
skill
in
set
at a
that was gonna let
time.
them do that. You know what I mean? So it just happened to be Kimball Walker. So that's just how that worked out. So.
Yeah. No, I see that.
Now it's completely different. Like they just letting you be whatever the fuck you want to be, bro. Like, what is your skill set?
That's what I say. Niggas. There's a wave of Bay Area players specifically that just missed the wave of like positionless basketball. It's like, yo, can you hoop? I don't care if you're undersized. Hey, Wendell McKinnis. I don't care that you're 6'4". You dunk on everybody. Come on. Like
it's different, bro. Like. This shit right here is completely different, which is gonna make the players act a lot different towards, because this is about to be the most player driven league you're gonna have. So like, it don't matter what did Kyrie say the other day. We ain't got. Hey, I don't look at Steve Nash as a head coach.
And niggas got mad at it. It's like, bro, we don't have no coach. Don't look at him as a head coach. He just kicking it with the fellas. And for the experts not to understand what he meant, it's like, bro, we grown, bro. I've been playing basketball my whole life. That's what you paying me to do. Fuck, I need a coach for.
Yeah, so that shit about to go way down.
That shit is so funny.
The coach's job is depreciating.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's about to get real.
Yeah, man. So salute the Lakers. We in advance. Bron getting his 4th one. The Lakers getting their 17th in franchise history.
Hey,
put
some respect on that name, man.
You heard?
Run it back next year.
All right, let's get out of here on the shits. Somebody said
it's only right.
Oh wait, no, we did have a fan.
Let's get that off.
A listener, excuse me, a fan. Who do you think you are, Monty? A fan. Sound trash. So I'm sorry. I'm not gonna edit it out. I should. A fan.
No, that was a great moment.
A friend of the show asked me to ask you fellas, why do us as men fall in love with the side, and how can the main stop it from happening?
And what I was telling Lex was that, like, I was like,
wait,
bruh, I know.
And what I was telling Lex was that, like, it's good to hear that side of the question, because we would have never put that part of it together. Was thinking of yourself as from the position of the person that you're dealing with.
How do we stop it?
Yeah, like how do we stop it?
What?
You know what I mean?
Can't give up all the game. No, that's what Kev was like, bruh, y'all got to stop talking about shit like, because that's something that niggas make fun of, but we got to start making fun of the niggas that be heartbroken over the when the side get a boyfriend. Like, that's hilarious to me. It'll never stop being funny, because niggas really be
bro, like niggas been a fetal, bro. They want to admit it, but they be in a fetal.
Oh, niggas act different around the main, get mad at the main for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just gonna make the top of ramen like that? You just gonna put the pepper and the salt in there before you even put the season mix.
Just hella worries.
Everything making.
So read the question again, so I'll make sure I got it right.
Laying down with the pillow between your legs.
That's crazy. The body pillow. Oh, what a sicko. Oh God.
Okay, why do us as men fall in love with the side, and how can the main stop it from happening?
Jesus, this is murky water.
It's a 2-part question.
All right, so first things first, I just want to get this part out the way. Was that I hate to break it to you, but if your dude has a side, there is no way for you to stop
This nigga falling in love.
the process of stopping them from having their side. Like it's at that point, it's cake and eating it. Which that's what you're supposed to do. That's what.
Supposed to eat the cake?
Ain't that what you supposed to do with your cake?
Supposed to eat the cake.
Ain't your cake supposed to get ate?
Shit, that's what I.
That's a big
This
one.
nigga's crazy. Oh, ain't your cake supposed to get ate? I don't. Perhaps, nigga, I don't know. What are we?
said, I don't know. But nah, for real. Like if your main has a side, like there's no way to get around the fact that they have a side. Like you either accept the fact that that's the case, or you work on blocking the side portion of things. Like you have to just direct your energy towards the side, because you trying to do it towards your main is only going to push them closer to the side. So there's no way to put that attention towards your main.
We had a.
Well, the sick thing I was thinking about was, and I asked this friend of the show, I was like, time out. So first, are you okay with them having a side?
There we go.
And you're just worried about them falling in love with the side?
Exactly.
Or you're not you're just not okay with any of it.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, men are going to be men. So the
she's
side,
accepted it.
as long as I don't really know, it is what it is. But the falling in love part, because I was listening to your guys' podcast, and that's where it all stemmed from, when niggas be hurt.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, so now with knowing that, it's really just the falling in love part. My answer was horrible.
Oh, God,
I
want
just-
to hear it.
Oh, we gotta
hear this.
We gotta go there.
I just said, make sure he fucks with a condom.
Oh, my God.
Because as soon as he takes the condom off, that's when the love happens.
Oh, so
That'll fix everything.
That led to the end of your. that led to your last one.
That led to her saying, all right, you need to ask them, because your answer.
You need to ask them, because this is unreal.
But I was trying to explain it like, nah, you gotta look at it from the. Once the glove come off,
Just don't get your position to.
it's pure connection.
Oh,
There's
my
it's
gosh.
uncut. It's an uncut connection. I said that's when niggas start talking about all they deep, unachievable things.
Man.
Like when I was younger, I wanted to be an astronaut.
Because the condom came off. You sharing dreams now.
Yeah, no,
That episode. How many episodes ago was that?
probably 3 or 4.
Okay, so for that, and I'm only saying it because it's happened outside of the show, and then you bringing it today. I can't tell you how many social settings I've been in since that episode where that topic has come up, and I'm just like, whoa, we really struck a nerve. And so most recently, it went from like, oh, joking, and got kind of serious, because there was a couple there that were clearly experiencing some turmoil, right? And
My nigga was in the corner like.
yeah. No, real shit. It was like,
send you the
nigga,
text on the low.
you better
Stop
not.
this.
You better
Stop
not.
Bro,
this.
hey, bro, let's not. Cause we just got over this.
And
It was a quiet ride in the car.
and it was good fun, and it immediately turned serious, and was like, oh shit, here we go. But ultimately, it became like, and I know niggas don't want to hear this, and when I say niggas, I mean plural. That's men and women. Bro, that cheating shit is not personal. So to take it personal is just like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Like if anything, I'm gonna take it personal and be like, yo, what am I doing wrong? What are my shortcomings? But then even then, I'm still personalizing in a way where this person was gonna do whatever the fuck they wanted to, bro. Like, so losing sleep about it, being pressed, like, my nigga, do you just leave me out of it? Like, if you don't want to be here, if we not rocking for real, like, that's cool too. But if we got an understanding and we're being clear and we're articulating that, it's different. So that question is tough because the falling in love portion happens when there isn't an understanding and niggas are and it's technically cheating at that point because it's like if you have an understanding, it ain't cheating, right? So the creeping around, you're searching for something else, but then that ain't really love either because it's like there's all these other emotions and shit that are wrapped into that engagement. It's like that ain't love. In the second you fuck up your actual situation to go be in a relationship with the person you're cheating with, that's gonna be
all
fucked.
the things you get to fill in all the blanks. Like it just comes down to like you're all like the love is gonna end up being towards the one that you don't fully know.
Man,
you know what I mean? Like
the mystery.
And that's not love. Like that's the less portion of things.
Exactly.
But like it's if you're with your main all the time, whatever, and then you dip off to be with your side, then your side is only providing like
Nigga, that's recess.
Basically,
you at recess. You at literally, and you're completely misdiagnosing what this is, bro. That's false. And only sucker niggas do that shit.
One Saturday morning,
man. Hey,
that was my shit.
Hey, Pepperan, what? All right, or we're being sickos now. Right. Let's stop.
Yeah, but to that though, I think it comes from. Like if you are not paying attention to the fact that they may have a side or they do, then all your attention should be focused on your dude or your girl, whatever. Like that should be where your attention draws, and then just live in that oblivion and lust portion of things with your main. Now, if you do the other side and you're not feeling right about that, then you need to focus your attention on the side and trying to disrupt that part. That's kind of like where you got it.
See, even that. Focus your attention on the side. What do you mean when you say that, G?
I mean, like if you're the main, right, and you know that there's a side, and you want there to be you feel as if what am I doing wrong in this for a person to have a side, then why are you putting your energy into you'll do it in order to like or your girl in order to have like them break up with the side? Like what is that?
What does that do for you?
What is that doing for you? Because like basically all right, and this might be too much game, but does that mean that they then get to have all of this from you, and then they can also have whatever they want from the side? Like, is that like the game plan? If that's the game plan, then that means you're in collaboration, which is fine.
If that's your steez.
Yeah. Which when somebody has a side and you've been with them for a bit or whatever, and you're understanding of it, then that should be the lane that you're in. Like you should be probably trying to pick out what the side is gonna be. At least you can come in, you can have good graces with the side in order to make sure that nothing, keep close tabs on the situation.
I see. I got you.
If you don't know who the side is, and all you know is that time is being spent elsewhere, then that open. And I don't want to ever put somebody I don't not put somebody, but I don't ever want somebody to just be in their head trying to figure out what you doing on the side. Because the shit they conjure up is way worse than some shit that's actually
happened,
bro. you got some wild shit going on if you trying to figure out what's going on.
You think this of me? Wait
Bro,
a minute.
What? Come again?
Tell me where that nigga. I want to go party with him. Like, wait a minute. Like, I don't be old shit. Like that's the other thing too. When you gotta empathize with people's like their history, their trauma, or whatever, because it is, it does inform how they go about building with you, right? So if you genuinely don't be on shit, you can't just be like, I don't even do nothing. I know. It's like, no, oh damn, you've been hurt before. So me for example, me being in the lab all day, I think because rap niggas have ruined the stigma around the studio because it's hoes over there, it's drugs over there. It's like, bro, anybody that's come to the studio with me like, Monty, this shit boring as hell. Like, I know. That's why it's like that's why I don't invite nobody over because it's boring. But I love this boring shit, bro. To like more than anything right now, currently in my life, and it's challenging. So, but that doesn't take anything away from the fact that niggas be like, shit is wild outside.
Completely.
Like wild. So you gotta.
Shit is wilder outside
Wilder.
because there isn't shit to do.
That's
like,
a fact.
So folks is naturally trying to come up with shit to do, and when you leave it up to the public to just be creative on their own,
My god!
like without you like presenting something to them and then them creating something
In
to be an establishment next to the shit that's already going on.
Man.
You telling me they just got to come out of thin air with creations on like how to have fun? Oh, shit is wild.
Turn up. Like you also made a point too in the notes that it ain't. It's technically not cheating if you don't come.
It's not.
What, nigga? What? Like, how much drugs did you do this week? Seriously.
That's besides the point.
That's nobody's business.
Why are we talking about that?
What? Help me understand.
I feel like it's more of like a misstep. Because I didn't bust. I'm going to put it in, but then I was like, oh, this is wrong. No. It just took the step back. And it's even, I feel like that's the reason why women are better cheaters than men.
Huh.
Because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to bust. So they're looking at it like, nope, I didn't cheat on my nigga. That dick don't count.
Huh. That's a bar.
That's possible. That's possible.
Now you rolling too? Okay. I'm in a room full of sickos right now.
Nah, Lex got a point now, bro.
Oh,
like because
shit.
like that could justify a lot. The lack of busting on both sides is how you can keep your body count down.
I want to apologize on behalf of
this
show.
Is possible.
These views are shared by these two sickos.
Because think about how hard that is. So you know you made a mistake. So, that's a misstep. No, didn't want to do that.
I'm only saying this because this is helping the guy come back into this plant field to like help them out a little bit because I feel like that's definitely something that women can utilize throughout their time frame. Like I think that's something that's been going on. Is like if they didn't experience, then
I didn't hit you.
There wasn't something.
So what is okay? Say we roll with that.
Okay.
What do you say to the person, primarily women, that goes, well, you emotionally cheated? Nothing?
What do you say to that?
Yeah.
But did I come?
It's crazy.
Consistency.
It's crazy. Oh, my God.
Consistency,
But
man.
did I come? Conversation over?
I mean, I feel like that's going to be circles. That's going to be the circle y'all going to do till one of y'all get tired.
Yeah.
Because she talk about emotions, you talk about physicality. So
But
like,
did I come?
Yeah.
With a straight face. That's pretty impressive. I gotta say. I must say.
it's important. It's an important topic to go about. Like I think that's something that everybody need to have going on in their circles and figure out. Please let us know what y'all came back with, because it is that
We
technically
giving homework this week?
Yeah, is that technically not cheating though? I think both sides have justified it. I think that's been a justification over the years.
Where's
Even
Dick
if you
Wolf
think
when
about
you need
Baby
him?
Boy. If you think about the movie Baby Boy, Tyrese didn't come when the one chick was him. So then the rest of the time he didn't cheat. He didn't even told her. I didn't fuck her.
Oh, the one from the job?
Yeah.
Damn. I'm not defending that though. That's the ultimate cat behavior.
Yeah, he catted.
Her coworker, bro.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, you wildin'.
Because he gave her all kind of ammo.
Man.
Like when she walked out the job with all the like the licks, the feeling. Her chest was in the sky.
Man.
That's true.
And she pressing your woman while she at work. Yeah, that nigga's a cat for that.
Yeah.
Roman Pierce. Jody.
And her whip though.
And oh,
He a wild boy.
wild boy. Yeah.
He picked her up in her whip. But
He might have been King Toxic.
So we did.
Well, he was taking out. He was operating through the same 2 blocks. He had 2 blocks on lock.
So we did. We did classic stoner films last night on set. And now I feel like it's only right we do classic toxic lead roles. Is Jody a 1 seed?
Jody's for sure a 1 seed.
What
The first half of that film is the most toxicity you can come across.
Jody's a 1 seed. Okay.
Because he was confident in the first half.
It's messed up because I was gonna say somebody, but then I'm like, that doesn't count because it was kind of based on the truth. I was gonna say Ike Turner and what's love got to do with it.
No, that nigga's not toxic. He's a psychopath.
He a sicko.
Yeah, he's a psychopath. So, and then me and Nana got a thing. It's like, yo, me, Nana, and Teen, we got a thing. Do we think Ike is as sick as the movie or worse than the movie? I got the movie being on par. They both are like, nah, he probably was worse.
Nah, I think for sure. I think Ike and Tina is wilder.
Than what the movie showed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you look at Tina now, the shit that she done been through, Tina is something else right now. She a whole other beast. Yeah. So I would think that Ike was doing some wild shit in the life.
All right.
And for her to be able to dance like that in heels, you got to be a beast.
Yeah. So we're not putting Ike. Ike is not going in our bracket. No. Jody's a 1 seed. Who else can you put in there?
I'm trying to think of toxicity. Let's see. Because I was trying to think about that while you was talking. I'm trying,
You got to think about that one.
Definitely. We got to bring that back to the table.
Yeah,
Stoner films, we had Half Baked is 1 seed. How High is a 1 seed. Friday is the 1 seed. The overall 1 seed. And surprise, surprise, I put Grandma's Boy as the 4th 1 seed.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody in the room was like, oh. And I was like, damn, that is a sleeper for stoner films. I might be missing some like key ones, but.
That cartoon that the Rat Pack did.
Which one?
When there was like a hot dog and a bun.
Oh.
Sausage Party?
Yeah,
Sausage Party.
Damn, that's not. I'm not giving it 1 seed though.
No, it's not 1 seed. Yeah. I'm just putting it in the brackets.
That Pineapple Express.
Trip to White Castle.
Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Yep. Damn, might got to think maybe one of
Get
those
to the Greek just for the Jeffrey.
Get him to the Greek. What's the other one though? The with like it's the end of the world.
No,
not Hangover.
Superbad. No.
Superbad is in there.
Superbad is in there.
Superbad is in there. Superbad is a 1 seed.
We were just watching that when he was doing that song again. That shit was hard.
These eyes are crying,
and I'll never want to drive when I'm crying.
He did that wave off.
And the tough nigga in the corner really crying, bro. That's
and the other dude's doing the beat.
No, that's one of my favorite scenes.
Bro, they was high as fuck.
Oh man. Nah. Yeah, fellas, we did it again. I definitely think we're getting canceled this week. Thank you, sick fucks.
It's all good. Y'all got homework.
and gave him homework. Like we guarantee gonna be back. Yeah.
Need y'all to think about it.
That's how you stop from getting canceled. You just gotta give people homework after you say some canceling.
Like
shit.
you gonna be back.
Yeah.
The new Jane Hancock for real is out right now. Go cop that. Salute.
Beautiful project.
We love you, sis. E Shore, DJ D Sharp, Brookfield Deuce, myself, October 16th. Woo. And live from Mama Dog Studios, a show that I'm proud co-creator, co-producer in conjunction with Mama Dog Studios himself and Corduroy Media. Salute to Pilar and Carl. Thank you guys for the opportunity. That premieres this week. Look out for that first episode with the lovely Anissa Strings. Am I
Congratulations.
missing? Thank you, brother. I'm a little nervous. I didn't realize that shit, like, it's here. Like, it's been such a long process. Like, it created the show a year ago. It took a minute to get the ball rolling, and the first few edits were like, it's trying. It's a production, right? So you shoot a pilot. You hope it goes well. You got to find funding and all this other thing. So maybe I could do that here. Salute the first round of artists: Anissa String, Secret Sidewalk, Grand National, Ian Santanillo, Mitty Matilda, and Jane Hancock. All people I consider, all acts I consider really good friends, and the musicians that held them down. Dame the drummer, Julius Jarvis, Josh Ickbon, Brian Simmons, Keith Snodgrass. Like, we really have been fortunate to see the community, and that's really what the show is about. Like the arts and how much the arts fuel economy in these cities that have a beautiful story to tell. And Oakland is the hub and maybe the last city of revolution, if we're being honest about it.
That part.
So the really honored to be a part of the show, play such an integral role, but then also offer some insight behind the scenes of how this shit gets done, bro. Like, it's really expensive to do, and so many people donated time in the vein of being able to get the shit off the ground, and so many people donated resources. So thank you. Look out for that this week. That's it. It's been another episode of Meet the Brave, and we'll see you next week.
Love.
Yes.